Published 16:51 Eastern Standard Time, the 23rd of January 2018. Updated 6:48 Eastern Standard Time, the 24th of January 2018. Manchester City reached their first final under Pep Guardiola with an entertaining 5-goal thriller against Bristol City on Tuesday night. Goals from Leroy Sane, Sergio Aguero and Kevin De Bruyne sealed a win on the night for the citizens, but the spirit of Bristol City lived on in a spirited performance. Sportsmail was keeping an eye on the things that may have passed you by during an unforgettable evening at Ashton Gate Stadium, with Bristol City still fighting for promotion to the Premier League. Welcoming Pep Guardiola's side to Ashton Gate may become something of a regular occurrence, but it might be a while before they host another League Cup semi-final. So to mark the occasion, Bristol City produced a special program depicting their star players as superheroes. There was nothing they could do to stop the juggernaut that is Manchester City, but the program will certainly become something of a collector's item among their supporters despite the loss. Bristol City produced a special version of their matchday program with comic book heroes. We all remember those heartwarming pictures of Bristol City manager Lee Johnson swinging a young ball boy around following the last-minute victory against Manchester United. That 10-year-old had the night of his life and briefly became a viral sensation along with his beloved team following the Carabao Cup quarter-final. Jayden Neal was back to normal duties on Tuesday night and was presented to the crowd via the big screen before kick-off. Ball boy Jayden Neal was back in action following his starring role against Manchester United. Raheem Sterling certainly will not be used to sitting on the Manchester City bench, but that is exactly where he found himself as Guardiola rotated his team at Ashton Gate. In an effort to curb his boredom, he tried Eliaquim Mangala's face mask on for size. The mask is designed to protect the Manchester City defender's broken cheekbone, but Sterling appeared to fancy himself as a superhero of some sort. The novelty soon wore off, however. Raheem Sterling messes about on the Manchester City bench while his teammates graft. The England international was trying on a face mask from fellow substitute Eliaquim Mangala. Bristol City went into this game needing at least a 1-0 victory to make it to Wembley Stadium, so there was little time to waste from the moment it kicked off. But some fans at Ashton Gate failed to see it that way. They were happy to keep the ball away from the field and even started playing volleyball among themselves before someone finally saw sense and threw it back onto the pitch. Every fan loves a bit of time wasting when they're in front, but we really can't advise doing it when you're losing. Bristol City fans refused to give the ball back to Manchester City despite being behind. The fans started playing volleyball among each other before it finally arrived back on the pitch. Bristol City may have been heading towards defeat by the time Marlon Pack pulled one back in the second half, but Bristol City's Twitter account never turns down a chance to pull out one of their famous gifs. Pack's goal celebration was no less entertaining than the ones that have come before it. The same went for when Aidan Flint levelled the tie on the night with a late goal in injury time. Hats off to the social media team for keeping in high spirits on a tough evening. John Stones made headlines when he had the face of former Barnsley favourite Norman Remington inked on his leg, but it seems he was only just beginning a roll of honour around his upper thigh. Two more faces were spotted on his leg during the game against Bristol City, with one looking an awful lot like a child version of himself. There also seemed to be an outline of a rose in the offing, showing the work is far from finished. John Stones revealed new faces on his thigh, with one looking an awful lot like himself.